Welcome to the Family History Expo. I'm Dawn McLean. I'm here with Donald Yates from DNA Consultants. And Donald, talk to us a little bit. And this came out 2 days ago, right? The book.
2 days ago.
And this came out a little bit before that. So talk to us about Jews and Muslims in British colonial America, correct?
That's right.
Is this the title right here?
That's correct. Jews and Muslims in British colonial America.
Okay.
And that's the second in a series of 3 that are co-authored with my research co-author, Dr. Elizabeth Hirschman, who is a professor at Rutgers University. And so we've been on the trail of mysterious ancestry in the British Isles, Scotland, and colonial America now for almost 10 years. And this is the second publication.
So, and what is the name of the first publication? Because obviously you're going to want to get both, right? You need both books.
Well, the first was called When Scotland Was Jewish, and that appeared in 5 years ago, and that documented the presence of Jews in Scotland, which is the only Christian country that has never persecuted Jews. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is a lot of them came over with William the Conqueror.
Okay.
And then they got kicked out of England and they went to Scotland because Scotland was so welcoming to Jews. And then you've heard of the Spanish Inquisition, and when that came along, a lot of Jews fled Spain and Portugal. And where did they go? They went to Scotland. So.
And you were talking too a little bit earlier about actually the colonization of New York, or the new colonies here. So, and of course, I'm not too shocked coming from New York that with a Jewish influence is there. But tell our audience a little bit about that.
Well, all of the original colonies had significant settlements of Jews, and most of the structure of the government and the business environment, the economic environment, the companies and all were founded by Jews. In the case of New York was actually a corporate enterprise established by the Dutch West Indies Company out of Holland. It was New Netherlands before it was New England,
Yes.
or New York. And they had a board of directors, which they referred to as just the 14, the 14 people. And they had a global empire that stretched all around the world. They had monopolies on many of the products, including the spice trade from the East Indies and other things like the sugar or molasses or rum trade in this country. And all of them were Jewish. One of them was named Cohen. I don't think you can get more Jewish than Cohen.
Probably not. Well, I think it's really interesting when we really start looking at that, especially you get little pockets of different religions in each area of the United States, and I think it's a little bit more enlightening to folks who haven't really reached out and found out what a melting pot America really is.
And you can also be surprised by the types of, let's say, secret practices of some of the Protestants. For instance, the founding fathers and the less mentioned founding mothers very often came from Spanish Jewish families that were just newly minted Englishmen or Dutchmen or Dutch women. And so they said, oh, we're English, but 2 generations ago they were running from the Spanish Inquisition. So as a case in point, the founder of the Quakers was George Fox, and his mother was a Spanish Jew. So her name was Mary Lago. So the Quaker religion had a lot of Jews who were undercover or practicing Judaism in secret.
Really?
And so they would say, oh, we're Quakers, when they arrived in Pennsylvania. But they continued to practice Judaism. And so all the marriages were in the home. They were buried in the family cemetery plot. We documented one Pennsylvania church that had a minister, a Protestant minister, and we list all the names of the congregants and the people in the parish, you know. But they met on Saturday, and they celebrated the Jewish High Holy Days. He was a rabbi, you know, in everything but name.
Well, that's multitasking, I think. And actually, it's a really fascinating story, and I think you guys definitely want to, 2 books. Again, give us the names of the books.
The one that just appeared is Jews and Muslims in British Colonial America. And that's quite a story, beginning with the explorers, Francis Drake and all the others, and coming down to the 18th century, 1776, when America became the first state with freedom of religion, and that was due to the Jews.
So then kudos to them. That made our lifestyle here today what it is. That book is out only 2 days now.
That's
so how can we get it?
Well, you can go to Amazon or any of the other booksellers. It's there for sale. Or you can go to the publisher. The publisher is McFarlane. Or you can go to our company. We have a bookstore as well with some of the other titles, and you can purchase it there.
At DNAconsultants.com?
That's right.
All right. And you can also catch Don Yates as well. And Don, what is your number?
1-888-806-2488.
So, DNA Consultants, Mr. Don Yates, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Don.
And I hope you guys have enjoyed the Family History Expo, and you'll definitely want to get a copy of this.